Hey, what's up guys? We're back for another mock test. We are in Borehamwood and we have
Lucas here.
Lucas. Yeah. How you doing, Lucas?
I'm fine, man.
How are you feeling about today's mock?
Pretty confident that I'll do well.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's going to be some silly mistake that might catch me off guard.
Like, got any idea what might catch you out?
I don't know, maybe speed limits or like not paying attention to the road.
Alright, when you're ready, I'd like you to reverse out so you're facing that way, please.
Yeah, sure.
When you're ready. Okay guys, I'm going to talk you through this mock test and explain some of the faults and explain what Lucas is doing well as well so you guys can follow. So just coming out of the car park, we have to reverse out first of all. If you take your own car to your test and you end up in the car park for the test center, it's much better to face forward than having to reverse back like this. Because when you do it like this, you're just giving yourself more of a challenge straight away. But this is where we are right now, and he's doing it pretty well to start with. Nice looking around, good control of the pedal, so he's going nice and slowly. But then once he's got the car relatively straight, it should be braking right now, but he's allowing it to roll back, and he's not looking back. So your car's moving around too much without you looking back. It's effectively driving with your eyes closed. So just secure the car with your brakes so that the car doesn't roll around, so that's more controlled. And then here coming out, turning right. So in Borehamwood, they do come to this car park sometimes to do the parking. So be really careful in this car park. It can get quite busy and people are in a rush here sometimes, especially at this junction. It can get really busy because it's just next to that massive roundabout on the right over there. There's a massive roundabout, people come off there, people going towards there. So just take your time at this junction and be careful. Turning left.
Well, I'm glad you're not making me go down that roundabout.
This bit can be quite narrow.
Especially at this time.
So you don't want to be going too quick through here. Go down the next lesson. So nice and confident, even though that van was coming from the left pretty fast. So this section is 30, but it can be quite busy, so I wouldn't be doing 30 on this road here. There's too much going on. And further down, there's a car coming down pretty fast, and there's not enough space for both of us to go through. But he's stopped for us. But then Lucas hasn't turned enough towards the left. I would have slowed down a bit more and gone a bit more towards the left, but he got a bit close to the right there. Turn left to the end, please. And just now going past the test center. The test center car park is just on the right over there, if you're not familiar with the area. Now we're turning left at the end. Being careful of any cars coming from the right because they would have come off from the dual carriageway. Some of them would be driving pretty fast. And this section is super narrow, so you get straight into a meeting situation if there were any vehicles coming down the road. And make sure you're driving in the middle here. I've had somebody fail there because they try to squeeze towards the left. There's not enough space for that. Just drive in the middle until you get to a space where you've got more room, then you can go to your side. Straight second exit at the next roundabout. So going straight ahead at this roundabout, checking the right from early. That was really good because there was a van coming from there. Nice control. Good mirror checks, signal, and then more mirror checks. So that was pretty good. This is a bit hilly as well, so you notice he's waited for quite a while to go into second. That's what you want to do when you're going up hills. If you go into second too soon, the car will struggle. Slowing it down a bit more there because of the meeting situation. At the roundabout, turn left first exit. So you notice he's driving right in the middle. There's no space to be trying to go on the left side. Now we can go to the left because there's more space now. Turning left first exit. You've got the car poking out from the left there, and they've come out and they've driven a bit fast towards us, and he's done well to manage that situation.
At the end,
So be wary of other drivers doing stuff they're not supposed to do or taking risks. But Lucas done well to cover his brakes, slow down a bit, therefore he minimised any risk. Turning right at the end here. Going into first as he approached, so now he's ready to go. All he has to do is check left, right, then when it's safe, he can make his move. That was good. Down this 30-mile-an-hour road. So the speedometer that you're seeing is a little bit different from what Lucas is seeing on his dashboard. So what you're seeing there is lower than what Lucas is seeing. And it's important because later in the video, he's going to be speeding. So pay attention to the speed limit. Just to remember, it's not as accurate as the one. It might be accurate, but the one in the car is showing more.
Take the next left, please.
So I don't know which one's actually more accurate. I think the one that we're seeing right now on the display is more accurate, but we have to go on the one based on the car, because that's what the examiner will be looking at as well. Here we're turning left, gearing down into first, because it is kind of a sharp turn there. Very well done.
Pull over on the left in a safe place, please.
So pulling over on the left for a parallel park exercise. So it's pulled over very nicely.
Thank you. We're going to use the white car in front to do the parallel park exercise. So when you're ready, I'd like you to pull up alongside it and then reverse into the space behind it. You can finish anywhere within 2 car lengths from the car. You can finish blocking the driveway as well, but just don't drive onto the driveway.
Yeah.
Okay, when you're ready, please.
Excellent observations, good moving off as well, because that is a bit of a hill there, and they managed that really well. Good control. Good observations so far. Turning towards the left to get the car closer to the curb. But his issue is he's going to be too scared of the curb. So anytime he's getting close enough, he turns away too soon. So like there's getting a bit closer, and then he starts turning away again. It's way too early to be turning away, especially that much. So then he's going to turn in again, which is okay to do. So if you realize that you're a bit out, it's okay just to keep turning back in, because you've got lots of room to do this. But if you can see in your mirror that you've got lots of room, don't be afraid to get a bit closer to the curb before you start turning right again. So here, I think you can see that is wide, but he's left it for some reason. If you know that your car's wide,
not really. I know
don't
really
leave it. Just start correcting it. You can either go forward, get closer to the curb, and then start reversing back. There's lots of things you can do to make it closer.
Open the door and see.
So he's just opening the door to check, and it definitely is too wide. So now it's going to correct it. The car in front of us is a bit wider than it looks in the video as well. It's wider from the curb than it looks. So I'm going to suggest that he uses another car just in case this car is throwing him off a bit.
Go forward. Use the blue car over there.
Alright, sure.
So we're using this car now, and this time he's gonna do it much better. He's not gonna be as afraid of the curb as before. You notice the whole time he's keeping his speed really low. That's the key to doing this maneuver. Don't go fast. If you don't control your speed, it's going to be super difficult to get this right, especially when you get near the curb, because then the car starts speeding up because of the shape of the road. And when you get near the end as well, don't run the risk of staring at the mirror for too long. You want to keep looking around, because it's easy to forget to look around and just focus solely on the mirror. But he's done it now.
Still far away, but it's fine.
Much closer to the curb.
Thank you.
Nice and straight. Well done.
I'm glad that's done with.
Notice there's getting the biting point first and then adding gas. You can't roll back like that. It's so easy to do it that way. If you got an issue with rolling back, just make sure you get the biting point first and then try to move off. Watch this other video that I made which shows you how to do it. Turning right and then right again at the mini roundabout. It's getting a bit warm there, so I open up the window. On a hot day, try to have the window open. So Lucas has got his window closed right now. I would have my window open, but I couldn't open his window because one, I haven't got the controls, and two, it's up to him what he wants to do with his window. So I just open the back window instead. Just to allow a bit of circulation, especially on a hot day. Be comfortable.
Thank you. Shortly, I'd like you to carry out an emergency stop exercise, okay? Sure, yeah. So you're going to drive along as normal, and then when you hear the word, you're going to stop if there's an emergency occurring. Yeah, sure. Okay, you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, when you're ready, please.
So we're about to do emergency stop. He's waiting for that car to go past first. He's just explaining what he's doing. Sometimes it's beneficial just to explain to the examiner what you're doing, because they might not see what's going on, or they might not see what you're trying to do. Good observations before moving off. He is going a little bit quick. I think he's expecting an emergency stop, so he's driving a bit fast, ready for it. But you're supposed to drive normally, but then I've had to cancel it because there's too many cars around, so I've had to abort the emergency stop.
Okay, we're not going to do it for now because those cars around us, yeah?
Turning left. You notice sometimes he's going into first gear afterwards. Yeah, so it's not really a problem. You don't get marked down for going into gear 1 before or after you've stopped. It's just a preference. Going in there, gear 1 before you stop, just makes it easier to remember to go into 1, so that you don't try to move off in second gear. So slowing down for these roundabouts. So there's lots of roundabouts in Boreham Wood, but most of them are empty. It doesn't mean that you should just drive around without checking them properly, but don't be afraid of roundabouts in Boreham Wood because most of them are empty and most of them are not that difficult. Unless you go on a different route towards Mill Hill, which you can find in this video, which is a bit harder. But still, if you practice it properly and you take your time, it's still doable.
Roundabout, turn left, please.
Turning left. This roundabout can be busy sometimes, but today it was fine, nice and easy. So take your time to go around anybody that's parking. Lucas done that really well, no rushing. He's taking his time, checking his mirror to go around. That was really good.
At the next roundabout, turn right, please.
He'll start here. Done that very well. On those roundabouts where there's two lanes that are quite close together, you have to be really careful of the vehicle next to you. So be mindful how you're turning, how you're steering as you enter the roundabout. Because any little move that you do wrong, you could end up getting too close to them. But Lucas did that really well. Checking the right nice and early, it's nice and clear. Keep it moving in second. Very well done.
Like in Mill Hill or Hendon. When it's safe, show me how you switch on your dipped headlights, please. Thank you.
Okay, down this road, not too much is going on, but you still have to stay focused. It's a nice wide road, not many parked cars about, no pedestrians, not busy, but just keep alert the whole time because things can creep up on you quickly if you're not paying attention. Then just checking his speed there. Remember I was saying to you before, the speed that you're seeing there is a little bit lower than what Lucas and I can see in the car. If you ever see the examiner stretching over to check your speed, make sure you check your speed as well. You might be going too fast.
It's a roundabout where that guy made the mistakes.
Yeah.
The lines are not very...
Yeah, just as I was saying, things can creep up on you.
You don't see it.
That's a
until you're quite
roundabout,
close.
a double roundabout
I
where
didn't even realise it was
another learner failed on one of the mock tests because it just crept up on them. They didn't see the
They shouldn't be
signs
saying that.
and they're going too fast in that area. Can easily happen.
Next roundabout, turn right, please.
Now we're turning left here. The bushes are a bit overgrown and he's gone a bit more left than he should have done. And you can hear the bushes rusting a bit on the mirror and on the car. If that was a vehicle or a building or something like that, that wouldn't happen. The examiner wouldn't let that happen. The examiner wouldn't let that happen. They would steer away from the building, but a little leaves here and there probably won't do anything. But just be mindful if there's any overgrown trees taken out that you don't go too far left and scratch up the car. So that driver could have stopped to let us go past, but they decided to go before us. Lucas dealt with it nicely. So the route we're doing right now, you see a lot of other learners coming the other way on their test as well. So you can come the other way on this route. Taking it nice and slow over the bumps. Thank you very much. So in these kind of roundabouts, you don't need to go all the way around. You can go a bit over them, especially the flat ones. Sometimes they're too small to be trying to go all the way around them.
This roundabout, take the second exit, please.
Again, a nice quiet area. Still stay alert the whole time.
Pull over on the left in a safe place, please, but don't pull over half on, no, just pull over on the road, yeah?
So you notice the cars on this road are parked half on, half off on the pavement. But when you're pulling over, you don't want to do it like that unless the examiner has told you to do that. Most of the time you're going to park fully on the road.
We can do a bit of independent.
Sure.
So I like you to follow a set of directions. We're going to get to the end of the road, turn left, roundabout, turn right, and then get to another roundabout, go straight. What we doing?
So we're turning left, then at the roundabout we're turning right, and then we're going straight.
Another roundabout, yeah?
Another.
Sure, you can ask. We'll ask in plenty of time.
Yeah.
When you're ready, please.
Okay, off on the independent drive now.
We're going left, right.
What you have to remember is this is not a
Correct.
memory test. If you forget, keep asking. Now sometimes on the independent drive, this is where things can start to go wrong for some people. I've seen it a lot of times where for some reason they start going quicker than they were before. He's doing okay so far, but watch what happens in the next few minutes. So right now the road is still 30. And because of the way the trees are overgrown, a lot of the signs are going to be a bit hidden. So then now it's 40. then at some point it's going to be national speed.
That's hidden, that's crazy.
They were a bit hidden, but it's national speed
Why don't
now.
they
I
trim
think
that
he
first?
spotted it, luckily. If they're really hidden or if they're always hidden, the
Okay, I was
examiner
paying
usually
attention
tells
to
you,
road signs.
or they can tell you, watch out for that hidden sign. But it's going very quick right now. Remember, just because it's national speed, you don't have to try to do 60 miles an hour or anywhere near 60, especially if it's narrow and bendy and there's vehicles coming towards you. Drive at a pace that's comfortable and that feels safe. And then back to 30. Going a bit over 30 there. Turning right on the mini roundabout, bearing in mind it's still 30 miles per hour. But at some point I think Lucas has forgotten what the last speed limit was.
Straight ahead of the
And
next
now it's
one.
going aggressively on the gas. Going really quick again. If you're picking up this much speed on a 30, there's a very strong chance you're going to go too fast.
Still
Like
30.
there, so it's showing 31, but on the dash it's showing about 34, 35, which is way too fast. And you've got the little thing flashing telling him he's going too fast as well.
Told you it was going to be speed. Something like that.
So that's serious now. He's done it twice now. And then back to national, bearing in mind it's still quite narrow and it's still quite bendy. You've got signs telling you that we're coming up to bends, and you can see that it's narrow as well. So you'd be doing just under 40 right now, maybe even around 40 miles per hour. Which feels a lot faster when it's really narrow like this. One way to tell if you're going really quick is if you look in your mirror and you're leaving everyone behind. That usually indicates that you're driving a bit too quick for those conditions. Yeah, still going very quick. So quick that he doesn't notice a sign coming up soon. So bear in mind, it's showing 45. So there's a speed there. And we're going way too fast for that area. Another serious. It's going to be under the same thing, but if he wasn't going that fast, he would have seen it. And with those speed limits, when the speed limit is going lower than where you are right now, you want to slow down before you get to the speed limit. And then now we're in the 30 zone. Lots of markings on the floor telling you to go slow. Sharp bend coming up. Downhill as well. then he's gonna put his foot down again, even though it's downhill. You've got signs telling you to go slow. And he's gone over 30 miles per hour
Yeah,
again.
it's still 30 here, yeah. Why are you going so fast?
At this point, I had to ask him why he's going so fast everywhere. You just have to remember the speed thing is something that you control. You decide how fast the car goes. There are a lot of other things that are sometimes a bit out of your control, like other drivers and how they drive, but how fast you go is completely up to you. So you need to make sure you have that under control so that at least that doesn't affect your test.
Okay, that's the end of the independent driving.
Sure.
I'll give you directions from now on, yeah?
Coming up to a give way line, that's a bit hard to see sometimes, or learners don't realize it's coming up because it looks like it's just a straight bit of road. But if you were paying attention, you'd see this. But just be wary that if you come down this way, it's there.
When it's safe, go into the right lane, please.
So sometimes once you've kind of realized or think that you failed, it can be easily to feel, dejected and feel a bit
Going
down,
round
but you still
towards
stay
the exit over
focused,
there,
because
yeah.
sometimes what you think is a fail might not actually be a fail, or the examiner might give you the benefit of the doubt. So don't give up. Stay focused on the drive. Still drive in a way that you're going to pass. And you never know, you might actually get told, okay, you made a mistake there, but you drove really well the rest of the time, so you passed. And also, when you're doing this, you want to actually find out what kind of other mistakes you're likely to make on your next test. Even if you do fail, you want to try your best so that if you do make mistakes, you know, okay, next time I won't do that again. Coming up to a width restriction. First gear, going really slowly. Very good.
At the roundabout, turn left, please.
You notice his mirrors have been really good throughout the drive. We've got a bus in front of us, likely to pull over at any moment. Watch how he handles this situation. It's pretty good. So we've got the bus pulling over. Oh, not yet, it's a bit further down. We've got the bus pulling over on the left, and then the van will go around him. Now, a lot of learners in this situation will just try to go around as well, thinking, oh, it's okay because the van's gone round, it's okay. But Luca's done really well to actually see for himself whether it was safe or not, and it wasn't. There was a car coming down, so that was really good. That's what you want to do. Make sure before you follow any vehicle around a bus, make sure that it's safe for you to go around the bus. If it's not, just wait behind. Or if you can't see whether it's safe or not, just wait until you can see properly. Then make a decision.
It's good I'm behind this bus, you can keep me in the speed limit.
You should keep yourself in speed limit.
So now will be like the last few minutes of the test.
And then
Still want to
at
stay
the
focused.
roundabout, turn left, please. First exit.
Back down to the narrow road near the test centre, where there are a lot of potential meeting situations here. Nice mirror check.
Take the next right, please.
You notice Lucas is focusing on the drive rather than thanking people. That's what you want to do, guys. Don't worry about thanking anybody. Just focus on the drive. If there's any thanking to be done, the examiner will probably do it. If there's not, don't worry about it. You're there to focus for 40 minutes so you can pass your driving test. You can thank people after you pass your test. But in the first place, when you're doing your test, concentrate on controlling the car and focus on what you're doing. I mentioned earlier, this place can get quite busy. People crossing the road, cars reversing out of business places, cars parked on both sides, lorries. Just take time here.
And take the next right into the car park, please.
So normally you would have probably finished in the test centre by now, but we're going to finish off in the car park because we're not allowed in the test centre because it can get quite busy. So the car coming out of the car park there is poking out a bit too much, but Lucas done really well to position himself in a way that lets everyone know what his intentions are and that he's got priority before they try to
drive forward into
come up
any bay.
before
It doesn't
him.
have to be perfect, just so we're out the way, yeah?
Now it's just a matter of finishing off. If you don't get this bit like properly spot on in the bay, don't worry. It's not part of the...
Forward a bit more, please.
You're not getting marked on whether you're in the bay or not. It's just finishing off so you can have a debrief.
Thank you.
But I'll let you guys listen into the debrief. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Switch the engine off, please. Right, Lucas?
Yeah.
Give me a second. How do you feel that went?
I think, it wasn't that bad, but obviously I failed.
Where did you fail?
I can't think of anything else apart from speeds.
Yeah. What happened with your speed there?
I think sometimes I'd miss a sign, or sometimes I'd forget the speed limit, and then I'd just start pushing it more, and then it would, gradually go over the speed limit. But I think I got a bit unlucky with the signs. Like, if I didn't see that national speed limit because it was covered in the bushes, I saw that there. Then the 30, whenever you come into Shenley or something, that bit that's covered there, I went into that. But I think I just forgot the speed limit and I went over it because we went past the Shenley sign. Then on the mini roundabout, turned right, and I thought it was 40, but it was 30.
It was still 30. It hasn't
so I
changed. It
forgot.
hadn't changed. Yeah. At that point, it felt like you just once we hit the national speed limit. Yeah. You couldn't control your speed after that. It felt like you just couldn't. You didn't realize how fast you're going. Yeah. You have to remember, even on the national speed, you're going too quick for some bits. You don't need to go that fast there. It's a narrow country road. But I don't know if you're just getting excited or you thought you had to go that fast.
I thought I had to just push 60.
No. That's the limit, yeah. But you're going way too quick sometimes, yeah. Even after I told you, look, this is the 30, and then you're going around the bend. There's a sign saying slow on the floor. You're looking down at your speed and you're planting your foot on the gas and you're going nearly 40 on a 30. I had to remind you again, remember this is a 30. Yeah. It's like once you go past this, once you do the national speed limit, you need to tell yourself, all right, even though it's national speed limit,
Yeah.
I don't have to do 60.
Yeah.
I can drive at a speed that's comfortable, that's manageable and safe, yeah?
Mhm.
And then after you see a different speed, you need to remind yourself constantly, all right, I'm not in the national speed anymore,
Yeah.
I'm now doing 30 or less,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah? Because that's something that's within your control easily, yeah?
Mhm.
So you shouldn't really, hopefully next time you won't be failing for that, yeah? On the minor side of things, you got 5.
5 minors, right?
Yeah, can you think of any?
I think maybe like mini roundabouts. I went over them, or I remember like the car this side hitting like some bushes or something.
Yeah, that was one for steering. You got a bit too close to those bushes, yeah?
Yeah.
You didn't need to go that far left there.
Okay.
There was once when you're about to leave off here, we reversed out the bay,
Mhm.
and then I told you to drive on again. You allowed the car to roll back quite a bit
yeah.
without you
Yeah,
even
yeah.
looking around. You see
Yeah, I
what's
remember
next
that.
to you, yeah?
Yeah.
So if you're gonna allow the car to roll back, at least see what's behind you. But in the first place, just
Yeah. Yeah.
use your brakes so that the car doesn't roll back that far,
Yeah,
yeah?
I remember that.
And as we were going through there, there was a car coming down. I think it was a Golf or a BMW, a grey one, yeah. And he's coming down quite fast, and then he sped up a bit, and then he stopped for you, and then you've come through, but you got quite close to him. You were quite close, too far to the right there. I thought about steering away, but it wasn't close enough for me to steer away. But it was still too close. You got a minor for that, yeah. Any closer, I would have had to grab the wheel. Just be mindful not to be too far to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one was for the parallel parking, because you had to.
Readjust it.
Yeah.
But it was fine apart from that.
The second one was good, yeah.
But the first one wasn't alright.
It was too wide.
Yeah,
If you didn't fix that, it would have been a fail.
Mm.
Yeah. It felt like you were too scared of the curb. Every time you're getting closer, you're turning away.
Yeah, I didn't really want to mount it. Yeah.
But you're miles away from it though. Don't be that scared of it that you're like parking really far away from it, yeah? Well done for the meeting situation with the bus. There was a time I thought you were going to go around him.
Yeah, and I saw the car like reversing out, and I knew he had priority.
Yeah,
So
so well done for that.
Yeah,
There was some pretty good driving along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Mirrors are good. Your speed was good most of the time, apart from the time when you went to the national speed section.
Yeah.
Asking questions as well was good, in terms of like asking which way we're going now. So that was pretty good as well. We'll do another one closer to your test.
Yeah.
But
So how many serious faults was it? And so it's 5 minors.
it's 3, but you count as 1 because it was all for the same thing. Speed.
Yeah.
There's you'd only get 1, but you've done it like 3 times.
So it was 1 serious fault.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's not even that bad, you know.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a lot worse. And it's just over the speed. It's nothing.
Speed.
Yeah, that's easier. Just slow it down.
It's easy to fix that one. You
Yeah.
just need to make sure you're aware what the speed limit is, and then just stick to it.
Remember it.
Yeah.
Just stick to it. Yeah.
All right. So we'll do another one closer to your test in a few weeks' time, and then
Yeah.
I think there'll be less than this. Well done, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Take care.
Bye.